Okay, so here's the big scoop. Nintendo has finally teased the Switch 2, and honestly, it's about time. I mean, the original Switch came out 8 years ago. 8! And now we're getting a glimpse at what's next. But let's be real, the trailer didn't exactly give us much to work with. No specs, no price, just a vague 2025 release window. Classic Nintendo, right? Now the design? Pretty familiar. Detachable Joy-Cons, handheld mode, docked mode. It's basically the Switch we know and love, just slightly fancier. The Joy-Cons are taller and curvier now, and there's even some kind of laser sensor. Oh, and get this. They might use magnets to snap on instead of sliding into place. Fancy tech or just Nintendo being quirky again? You tell me. One thing that caught my eye was the new USB-C port at the top of the console. Like, what's that for? Extra peripherals? Top charging? Honestly, it's a mystery, but it's fun to speculate, right? And then there's the kickstand. Remember the flimsy one on the original Switch? Well, this time it looks sturdier, and I'm here for it. Now let's talk games. They teased a new Mario Kart, and it looked slick. If that's any hint at the console's power, we might be in for something impressive. Rumors are swirling about NVIDIA chips, DLS upscaling, and even 4K support when docked. Sounds cool, but will it deliver? I mean, Nintendo isn't exactly known for chasing high-end specs. They're more about creative gameplay, which is awesome. But still, part of me wonders how it'll stack up. And what about the display? The trailer hints at a larger screen, maybe 7.4 inches, slimmer bezels, and, fingers crossed, an OLED panel. Can we also hope for a bump from 720p to 1080p? Please, Nintendo, let us have sharper visuals for handheld gaming. Here's the thing, should you wait for it? Honestly, yeah. It's sounding like the Switch 2 will be backward compatible with most current games, so if you're itching for Mario or Zelda, you can still play your favorites while waiting for the new titles. Plus, when the Switch 2 drops, the original Switch might get a price cut, so that's a win either way. So, what do you think? Are you hyped for this or just mildly curious? I'm excited but cautiously optimistic. It's Nintendo after all. They love to surprise us, sometimes in the best way and sometimes, well, let's just say I'm keeping my expectations in check. Either way, 2025 can't come soon enough. Hey, have you been keeping up with the latest on President Trump? It's been a whirlwind since he stepped back into office. Just recently, he made a bold move by releasing 2,000-pound bombs to Israel, undoing a previous hold due to concerns over civilian impact in Gaza. This decision has certainly stirred the pot, especially given the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. On the home front, Trump's been on a roll with executive orders, appointments, and public engagements. He even held a meeting on artificial intelligence, securing significant private investments. His focus seems sharp on immigration, aiming to tighten the border and deport criminal migrants. It's clear he's hitting the ground running, but I can't help but wonder if this rapid pace might ruffle some feathers. In a surprising twist, Trump had a heated exchange with Denmark's prime minister over Greenland. He insisted on U.S. control of the territory, even threatening tariffs if Denmark didn't comply. It's a bold move, but is it worth straining relations with a longtime ally? On the international stage, North Korea has been flexing its muscles with new missile tests, sending a clear warning to the U.S. Given Trump's past interactions with Kim Jong-un, it's intriguing to see how this will play out. Will they rekindle their diplomatic dance, or are we in for more tension? And let's not forget the home turf drama. Protesters gathered outside a Manhattan court as Trump awaited sentencing for concealing a hush money payoff. He was convicted but received no penalty, making him the first convicted felon to assume office as president-elect. It's unprecedented and raises a lot of questions about the political climate. It's a lot to digest, right? Trump's return to the presidency is anything but quiet. He's making bold moves both domestically and internationally, shaking things up in ways that have everyone talking. Whether you agree with his actions or not, there's no denying that his leadership style keeps the world on its toes. So what do you think about all this? Are these moves strategic brilliance, or is he playing with fire? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, It's going to be an interesting ride. Hey, have you heard about this new Chinese AI startup called Deepseek? They've just launched a model named Deepseek R1 that's making waves in the tech world. Apparently, it's matching the capabilities of OpenAI's top chat GPT version, but at a fraction of the cost. And get this, it quickly became the top free app in the US Apple Store. That's pretty impressive, right? What's really interesting is that DeepSeek R1's code and technical details are openly available, unlike many American AI models. This transparency has been getting a lot of praise in the tech community, but it also raises some questions about how US companies will respond, especially since they've invested heavily in their own AI advancements. Now, on the financial side, DeepSeek's breakthrough has caused quite a stir. Tech stocks took a hit, with companies like NVIDIA seeing significant losses. Investors seem a bit nervous about what this means for the future of AI and the competitive landscape. It's a lot to take in. DeepSeek's emergence is challenging assumptions about AI development costs and efficiency. It's also highlighting the shifting dynamics in the US-China AI race. Some are even calling it a Sputnik moment for American AI. So what do you think? Is this a game changer in the AI industry or just another tech fad? Only time will tell, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on.